Well, it is almost time. We are approaching the next generation of Nintendo in less than 3 hours. Like almost 2 at this point, if you're in Eastern Standard Time. If you're in Europe, Australia, pretty much anywhere else in the world, you probably got it by now, but yeah, for the rest of us, let's celebrate such a momentous occasion with some Mario Kart. Oh, you're in line? How many of you guys are in line? Let me just ask with the poll. Alright. How long you've been in line for, Monty the Gold? You know, there's part of me that kind of wish that I went to the midnight launch, but at the same time, I do kind of like the convenience of not having to worry about waiting in line, anything like that. But it is fun. Oh, so I'm assuming you got there around 8 Eastern Standard Time? Oh wow, 50 people? I think for the original Switch, at the Walmart I was at, it was like 25 people or so. So let's begin. I know, mine said 10 p.m. They promised 9 a.m. So let's just say you get it at 10 p.m. Try to dispute Walmart. They might give you a discount or compensation, something like that. Because they said that it would be here before 9 a.m. That's why I ordered from them. And also Walmart has a good return policy. I was in line for a pre-order but left and will get in line again. No, that counts as a line. I've seen a little bit of it, but I need to see the full movie. That is like my kind of movie. So with this stream, we have a super chat goal of $100. So let's see if we can reach that before the Nintendo Switch 2 launches. So yeah, this is going to be a very exciting stream. So far we got 20 in the chat. Yeah. I can see why people are not getting it day one. Wario Brothers, like Wario and Waluigi themselves. Yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's like, I'll still play it, I'll still stream it, but I'm ready to move on. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has definitely exhausted itself. Mario Kart World's been destroyed forever. Don't feel left out. Honestly, if you're not a creator or anything like that, it's best not to get a system day one, because oftentimes there are flaws that just aren't, like, foreseen. Like, when the Switch launched, it wasn't exactly the smoothest launch hardware-wise. So you're better off just waiting for everyone else to get it tried out. But personally, hopefully my pre-order comes very soon. It said it was preparing, so that's good. What? Alright. Alright, 20 people are online, 20%. I might get it till the Switch stops getting support. I don't think it'll stop getting support until at least 2027. I could easily see it being supported longer. Hello, Nick Gamer, how are you? You actually got Welcome Tour with the gold points? Well, I might get it for a video, but it's not one game that I'm really inclined to play. It's the same rationale as everyone else. Should have been a pack-in game. That's the thing with a lot of Switch 2 criticism. It's just like, a lot of it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, it should have been a pack-in game. Games are too expensive. The works. Oh, nice, Game Boy Blue. But I will say, the prospect of a new Mario Kart after 11 years, regardless of my gripes with it, very exciting. Yes, all you have to do is join with the code, and we will be playing some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But yeah, did you guys pre-order the Switch too? Or are you going to try to get one tomorrow? Now, right now, nothing's really been confirmed directly from Walmart, but they will be selling the Switch too at like 12:01 Eastern Standard Time, AM. So what that means is you guys have the opportunity to get it, and I'll even do an affiliate link, so if you order through me, helps the channel out, and it helps you out because you'll get a Switch too. I really don't think that it's going to be that hard to get the Nintendo Switch too. I don't think it's going to be something like the NES Classic Edition at all. We've seen pictures of stock, stuff like that. So, Nintendo nowadays is also very different. They actually want to sell their products. No, I didn't get the bundle. I'll tell you why I didn't get the bundle, but yo, what's up, Demeech? My Switch shoe should arrive tomorrow. Yeah, mine is supposed to, well yeah, it is tomorrow, unless we're in a different time zone. It's going to be arriving the 5th. I'm just anxious when it's going to arrive. Uncle Nick, good to see ya. I didn't get the bundle because being a Nintendo YouTuber, at the time, I wasn't sure if the stock would be ample or not. So I decided to go for the one when I pre-ordered that least people would get. Like everyone wanted to get the bundle. So to ensure that I'd have one, most likely for the channel, I went for the non-bundle. Not only that, I just don't like digital games, if I can get a physical version. I don't blame you. I'm way more hyped for Bonanza over Mario Kart World. Don't get me wrong, I'm still excited for Mario Kart World, but Bonanza, it's unquestionably good. Mario Kart World's gonna be good. Still have gripes with it though. Yeah, Nintendo makes some bad decisions, but has great games. Reese, if you want to join, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, it's kind of surreal that Mario Kart World is coming out in less than 2 hours. I saw something about that. Alright, we're gonna have Reese on. Let me just open up Discord, get him on the stream. Reese, if you want to make a community post so your fans can also join the stream, that'd be great. Room code is in the description. Oh, I've not gone to the store in San Francisco, but I do not have much of a desire to go to San Francisco. I heard it's like Seattle, but worse.
Hey,
What's up?
so I'm actually posting a video, but it's I already finished like editing it and everything, but I just wanted to say it's actually relevant to what we were talking about yesterday, because it's about like how sales shouldn't matter to people that much.
I'm excited to see it. And also, Nico, if you're watching, you can join too.
Yeah, and I talked about it on both sides, like how people defending the console are talking about like, oh, the pre-orders, it's gonna be like the Switch 1 automatically, and then also the sodium chloride people.
Oh, did he actually say sodium chloride in it?
Yes, I did. I
gotta watch it now. Is it already up?
Not yet. It's still uploading.
You know, I'm so excited to watch that. That's
I said people spend too much of their energy getting disappointed over game sales rather than actually criticizing and voicing their issues with the games. And just like, because I just said if you're not like if you don't like how a certain game or console is, you just don't buy it. I feel like you shouldn't spend your energy too much into getting disappointed about a game that will sell well anyway, like Pokemon. I mean, yeah, voice your problems with Pokemon. That is totally valid, but like I've learned my lesson that like getting disappointed over the fact that they sell well specifically is kind of a waste of my time. I'd rather just specifically talk about the issues in Pokemon. I feel like that's kind of a more productive way to criticize them. So I think it's kind of a thing on both sides. They're a little too obsessed over the sales, I would say. I think there's a time and place to kind of look at the sales and kind of like look into them, but I feel like sometimes people are a little too obsessed with them, either with trying to validate their purchase in the fact that they're a fan of the Switch 2, or just people who are on the like overly like obsessive side of like the sodium chloride people, like that we'd say. So I feel like it's kind of a thing where like both sides of it are kind of obsessive.
Right. And with sales, it's just like you can't really control them, and Nintendo's well-being doesn't really matter. What do you think about most Switch 1 games won't be compatible with Switch 2 unless you download the latest update patch? It's just modern gaming.
Yeah, and that's also there's a similar thing with the Switch 1 with its Day 1 patch back in 2017 that enabled micro SD cards. So they cut out certain weird things before launch. So it's like that has been a thing for, and I think the Wii U also did a similar thing as well, with it like not including certain things that in the UI. But it's weird, but it's kind of a thing that Nintendo has been doing for a while, just like the prevent leaks and things. I feel like they're like, I made a video about it. They're a little hard on preventing leaks, but like it's kind of a reality at this point.
I mean, I saw some of the Mario Kart 8 or Mario Kart World League stuff. Did you?
Yeah. I didn't watch any of them. I didn't watch any of them. I just saw them pop up.
Alright, I'm starting a new group chat.
Yeah, the only things I've seen are some of the videos from yesterday, but I haven't watched any of the new content or any of the spoilers or anything. Like, I'm not watching any footage of the new Rainbow Road.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I've seen, like, screenshots and stuff, but I haven't really glanced at them too much, so it's very much going to be a surprise for me. I do know what the roster looks like. I know what the final roster is like.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Nico,
yes.
We can hear you quite well. How are you doing this fine Switch 2 Eve?
Oh, I mean, a Merry Switchmas 2 Eve to you as well.
A Switchmas Eve 2. It's quite a mouthful.
Yeah. Also, I told you earlier, I don't think Nick knows, but I got a like a review code for Fast Fusion, one of the launch titles for the Switch 2.
Me too.
Oh,
I actually got it because of you.
Oh, nice.
Like, if you didn't tell me, I probably wouldn't have even reached out.
Yeah, because they responded to me pretty fast. I could say, no pun intended, but it's pretty cool. This is one of my most anticipated launch titles because it's kind of inspired by F-Zero, and it looks really graphically impressive.
Yeah, I kind of want something graphically impressive to showcase. Is this an indie studio, though? That's what's crazy to me.
Yeah, I think it's an indie studio, but they've been like developing games for Nintendo systems ever since the GBA, I believe.
Oh, really? Oh, so this goes farther back than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, let me look at some of the games that they developed. They did Fast RMX on the for the Switch, like
that was
the
also
launch title for the Switch. Yeah, and then Fast Racing Neo for the Wii U. And let me see what they also did. Art of Balance as well on like the I think that was originally on the Wii. And so they did a lot of smaller titles, but like the fast games and like Art of Balance are like the things that they're kind of known for the most.
Wait, is he actually, or you're just joking? Because the roster I saw, I mean, there's nothing really spoiled. I think at this point, it's like what you see is what you get pretty much. Like, have you been following everything about Mario Kart World? It's pretty much exactly what I predicted.
Yeah.
That video I just did, talking about the lack of 200cc, I mean, it's got like 30% dislikes.
Yeah, I already saw someone make a post about it on Blue Sky, and like classic the Meech. They made like that's literally what they said, like the only 2 words that they said.
Here's the thing though, it's just like, all I'll say is this. When you raise the prices, the standards go up too. Dejoka, I don't blame you.
Honestly, that should go without saying.
Like, if it's gonna be $80, the first $80 game in our lifetimes, it better have all the content of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. In terms of, like, important modes and features. I'm not talking it needs, like, 96 tracks day one, or all the characters, as much as I want Pink Gold Peach to return, just ironically. But the thing is, it's just like, how can you not have 200cc? Or 3 battle modes?
Yeah, the weird thing about no 200cc is the fact that this game, like, is open world. 200cc would be perfect for that. That's what makes it even more weird and disappointing, I would say. Because, like, out of any game, I feel like it makes even more sense that 200cc would be in this game rather than 8 Deluxe. I mean, it was good there, but I feel like it would be even better in this game.
No, yeah, especially because there's gonna be a lot more space we have to traverse. Wouldn't a higher speed just be a default option? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, they would have to tweak it because there are the mechanics like charge jumping, wall riding, rail grinding, stuff like that. So it might be a little harder to implement, but still, it's like, I feel
You'd
like
think
with
they figured it
Nintendo,
out by now.
like with a lot of their games, and this doesn't mean they're bad by any stretch, but you don't really get these amazing extras. Like in Super Mario Odyssey, you didn't get Super Luigi Odyssey. Mario Wonder also didn't have Wario and Waluigi. I guess some things are, I mean, I wasn't really expecting Wario and Waluigi. I was kind of expecting Super Luigi Odyssey. But I don't know, it's like, I feel it's a little lacking in Mario Kart World. Just a little bit. Not too much. I can't stress the littleness enough.
Yeah, it's like, we're not criticizing it because, we're doomers or whatever. We're just criticizing it because we waited for so long. I mean, surely you'd think these things would have just been in the game by default. And we want to see it become the best Mario Kart it can be.
Yeah, your mic's a little bit low, so if you could raise the volume on that, I think that would help.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Reese was saying, there's a clear difference between the sodium chloride channels and like actual Nintendo fans who are criticizing the games.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's actually kind of what I was saying, like, in that video that I made, like, I think a month and a half ago at this point. Like true Nintendo criticism versus, like, the attention-seeking rage bait. It's kind of like, you can clearly tell the difference with a lot of these.
Right.
I will say, though, I did mention it on, like, the last live stream, there's one that kind of blurs the line a little bit, a channel that I still respect with Nintendine, because, like, I agree with a lot of his points, but then he sometimes leans a bit too much into that sodium chloride side, sometimes, but I would say, like, just, like, I do think, like, his videos do have a lot of nuanced takes at the very least.
Lightly
so
salted
I do
lays.
understand.
That's what his channel would be. But before getting into that, Retome, thank you for the donation. That is very kind of you. What do you think of physical Switch 2 games reportedly being just a key code in a case? That isn't all of them. They're very explicitly game key cards because there's a little key icon, which also means stay away. You know with snakes, red and yellow kill a fellow, red and black friend a jack. You want to avoid red and yellow. That's kind of like when you see the key cards. You pretty much want to avoid them. But we got the first super chat of the night. Let's keep those super chats coming because tomorrow is going to be a very expensive day.
My brother and I already looked at Switch 2 cases, and I think we decided on which one we wanted to buy last night, but I don't know if we're going to get it tomorrow. Probably not.
And you guys, I will be doing some giveaways for Nintendo Switch 2 accessories. I'm collaborating with JSO, and we're going to do some giveaways throughout live streams throughout the entire month. So if you want to get a case, anything like that, join the streams, and you have a good chance to win. They'll even arrange the shipping for you, which is great. Likely I'm going to do a video tomorrow. Part of me just wants to just enjoy the moment, but here's the thing. I'm a Nintendo YouTuber. I gotta make content about it. And besides, I love doing it. And my copy of Mario Kart World might not arrive until the afternoon, even if my Switch 2 arrives during the day. So I'll just do a system transfer, download my games from the eShop, all the good stuff. But yeah, if you guys want to win some accessories, make sure to stay on the channel throughout the month. Stay tuned.
Also, I was gonna say, if with Animal Crossing, if you want to transfer your island to the Switch 2, I think you have to use the island transfer tool.
Alright. I don't know why Nintendo is so, like, stubborn when it comes to Animal Crossing saves. I mean, who does it really affect?
Yeah, like, you could easily, like, time travel in the game anyway. Like, I don't know why they're, like, so, like, they feel that, like, people, like, are gonna, like, cheat, because you could just cheat anyway. It's so weird.
That lady from the Nintendo Switch 2 experience probably made that decision. Hands up! I mean, yeah, played Animal Crossing New Horizons, enjoyed it very much. Good to see you, Dr. Orange! Are you gonna miss Pink Gold Peach? Who's gonna miss Pink Gold Peach? I'm gonna miss Pink Gold Peach.
Oh, poor Pink Gold Peach. She went from the punching bag to an icon. What a glow up.
She did.
If they added her to Mario Kart World, then the game would be worth $80.
You know what? You're right. It totally would.
I'd say boycott because she's not in the game right now.
Yeah.
But as I was gonna say, minor hope, but if there is that data transfer sequence that they had in the Wii U with all the Pikmin for the Switch 2, I would be so happy to see that. I'm not getting my hopes up, but if they do something at least similar to that, I would be very happy.
So I got good news and bad news. The bad news is that's not going to be in there. But the good news is the Switch 2 has a little more personality than the original Switch. It's kind of like if the Switch was original or was like no Wii U, Switch 2 is like Diet Wii U in terms of love, charm, and passion. Like, it's something at least.
Yeah, because I think the sound effects are pretty good.
Nintendo always does a good job with sound design.
That's true. That's something I think is underappreciated. Sound design. Not just music, but I mean, you know, good sound effects. Stuff you recognize.
Alright, we've been streaming for around 30 minutes, so I'm planning on doing like a few more races, but to keep the stream going until round 11 at the very least, keep those super chats coming. If we get 2 super chats, we will continue the stream until 11.
But I'm pretty excited about the Switch 2 launch, because this is like the first time that I mean, I did have my channel when the Switch launched, but like this is the first time as like an actual Nintendo YouTuber that a new Nintendo console is launching, and I'm pretty sure it's a similar situation for you, Demeech, since you're like your channel was like it was kind of like mine when the Switch launched. Like our channels were both like very small, It just had like just a bunch of like random stuff on it. So it's
like you were younger, so you know.
How old were you when the Switch launched?
13.
If I recall, I was 12.
I was 17.
So this is technically for like all of us, at least on the call right now, the first brand new Nintendo console releasing like when we're adults. So I think that it's just an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah, I just turned
Makes me
20
feel
last
old.
week.
Now, the thing is, my channel, it did start to gain a little traction in 2017. Not where it is now. Not even where it was in 2019. But in 2017, I think that's when J-To the P Moreno subscribed to the channel. So in terms of, like, fans of the channel, I think you've been here longer than anyone. That is incredible. But I used to cover Super Mario Odyssey, and I did a collaboration with a very popular Super Mario Odyssey YouTuber, Appermax. I don't think he makes videos anymore, but that was really cool that we were able to collaborate. And after that, my channel just was like stagnant for a year, but once Mario Kart Tour came along, that's when things evolved, and then 2020, that's when I got like 5,000 subscribers. And 2022 is when my channel really took off. So yeah, this would be the first channel, or first Nintendo console that releases like when I'm a Nintendo YouTuber. Yeah, it was a long time ago, J to the P Moreno. I'm glad you like it, Dr. Orange. I'm very proud of how the intro turned out. You can thank Nintendo Dario for that.
No, yeah, I like your animations now. I think they bring your mascot a whole lot more to life. And then Dario is a cool animator. You all should follow him. I like his stuff.
Yeah. He also has
yeah.
a knowledge of VeggieTales and Chuck E. Cheese.
I know. His animations on those are hilarious.
Have you resolved
I
that,
think
Viper Violet?
Yeah, I think his VeggieTales animations and things are pretty cool, since I'm nostalgic for it because I used to watch VeggieTales a lot when I was a kid. So I think it's pretty cool that he does like some stuff like surrounding that.
Yeah, it is cool. I'm gonna check and see when my pre-order is coming. Oh, I see. Ugh, this is so stressful. I keep on like stressing about my pre-order and if it's gonna arrive. Come on, pre-order.
Yeah, for me, thankfully everything at Best Buy should be okay because my like the payment went through, and it's like I think like it's the Switch 2 is probably it's like down there just waiting for me at Best Buy. I'm not going to the midnight launch for that because I've like my internship and everything. So, but like after work tomorrow, I'll get my Switch 2. So, that should be good. I don't work too late in the day. It's mostly like in the morning and early afternoon. So, yeah, I'm gonna have the Switch 2 for like the rest of the day.
Mine still says that it's arriving at 10 p.m. tomorrow, which is crazy because Walmart said that they were gonna send them at like so they'd be here by 9 a.m. Yes, the price point will affect Trash or Treasure rankings. I'll also have a little bit of nuance where there will be a segment where I don't have it affect the ranking. But at the same time, it's just like, prices are higher? Guess what? So are standards. Standards are going to be higher because the prices are higher.
I think dividing the ratings like you just described, I think that's a fair compromise, honestly.
If Walmart's false advertising,
I agree.
here's the thing. Walmart wants customers, and if they don't keep their word, just make sure that you get your way. Has nothing to do with the employees there. I'm just talking like corporate and stuff. So just say it was supposed to arrive at 9 a.m. Hopefully they'll give you a discount or something like that if it doesn't. Because that is false advertising. How old am I? I'm 25. It's gonna be a hard night because I won't be able to sleep.
Yeah, I think it's probably gonna be hard for me to sleep too. Like, it was the same for me. Like when the direct was happening.
It was exactly that.
Yeah, because it like.
Thank you for the donation. Hi, gonna own a Switch 2 soon and still using your custom Joy-Cons. This is the first super chat I ever sent, so enjoy your Switch 2 and thanks. Thank you! Thank you, Reika Mayo XD. Which Joy-Cons did you order for me? Because I've made, like, probably over 100 pairs. So, let me know which ones you have. Coffee helps with sleep. Alright, it certainly does if you're Patrick Starr. But, to let you know, I will be making custom Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch too. I just need to wait until Extreme Rate makes the shells. They're supposed to arrive shortly after launch. So, if you're not content with just the standard black, there are so many other colors you can choose. There's nothing worse than pre-ordering and it arrives late. Like with Thousand Year Door, I was waiting so long to get the game, it felt like. Even though it was a day late. That's it. I actually had a funeral the day of the game's release, so I couldn't have really played it anyway. That's the one that Devo was directing.
If you want to talk about nights that were hard to sleep, that was like one of the hardest nights for me to sleep. Like, because like literally my dream game was coming out the next day.
It was... Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I know exactly which one you're talking about. Yeah, I remember making the transparent blue with the gold buttons light up and all. That was one of my favorite customizations to make. Time to switch my character, though. I don't think that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is actually going to be a better game, but I think it will have more content.
I just know for a fact the Riders is going ballistic over it.
He is. We've been discussing it. Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah, I've realized there's so many racing games releasing this year, like Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, Fast Fusion, Kirby Air Riders, and then we're also getting F-Zero GX like on NSO. That's actually pretty exciting too.
Yeah. The thing with GameCube games is they've aged so well that it's like almost playing modern games.
Yeah. I feel like I mentioned in a video before that like GameCube games essentially feel like the first Nintendo generation that like still feels modern, like the earliest generation that still feels modern today, even though it's like almost 25 years old. Like it's still, I feel like they're aging really well, like because we're getting to a point where video game graphics are kind of hitting diminishing returns. So like GameCube I feel is never really gonna feel that dated, like even when it gets like a lot older, because it's like I feel like gaming progressed much more between like the NES and the GameCube than it did between the GameCube and now.
Right.
Honestly, true.
Now I was gonna ask, with Mario Kart World, is it at 1440p in general, or is it 1440p upscaled to 4K? Because that's something I've been trying to find out.
Oh,
Has it been confirmed if the Switch 2 utilizes what's it called, ray tracing?
I think it does. From what I heard, I think it does have like ray tracing capabilities.
Really?
Because if it's not 4K, it's just like, that'd be a little surprising, especially considering that's kind of what the Switch 2's selling point is.
I mean, we still have those data mine codes for like Thousand Year Door that it was clearly meant to support 4K, so I want to believe they thought about this.
Yeah, I think it's just going to take a different amount of time for different developers to implement things for the Switch 2. Because, like, we're seeing, like, kind of waves of things from different developers, like Kirby, like, a bunch of them kind of released at once from, like, HAL. And then, just, like, some of Nintendo's in-house games got, like, a few updates at once. So I think once Intelligent Systems is ready to, like, release their updates for, like, Paper Mario, Fire Emblem, different things like that, then they'll, like, release them.
WarioWare?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, since, like, a decent amount of games are getting updates, I could see both Origami King and Thousand Year Door getting, like, 4K 60 FPS updates.
I could see that.
Some GameCube games do feel dated, but most of them have aged very well. Let's
Even
see.
graphically.
It's mostly due to the graphics, but even then, a lot of them still hold up pretty well.
No, yeah, of course. Like, Pikmin 1, honestly, a near flawless game when you think about it. I have my gripes with it, but there's not really much wrong with it. And for such a risky gamble, it's no wonder we grew so attached to it. Because it was just such a well-done game.
It's amazing that the GameCube was like the peak of 3D Nintendo at the time, and it still held up so well.
Did Chibi Robo debut on the GameCube? I'm not sure.
It did.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, so, yeah. Just wanted to ask.
Alright, we need just one more super chat to keep the stream going until 11 p.m. So, if anyone wants to send a super chat, now's a good time to do so. F-Zero GX has aged like the finest of wines, yes. Some of the games are padded. Mario Sunshine's definitely padded. It's not the best example of a GameCube game that's aged well, but I love Super Mario Sunshine even so.
Also, I just posted the video about the Nintendo Switch 2, like, sales. I said console sales shouldn't matter to you. The obsession with the Nintendo Switch 2's potential sales.
I'm excited to watch it. I'm definitely going to watch it after the stream. But yeah, Fazfan, happy Switch 2 Eve. Are you getting the Switch 2 day one? What just happened there? Do you order it from Target? Because Targets won't be coming out until like a few days later. Oh yeah, you definitely got it from Target. It's like if they can't get the systems to you, like either on or shortly after release day, you shouldn't have pre-orders up. Oh, Best Buy? I wonder if Best Buy has a delivery thing like Walmart does. I don't think they do, though. Can't
Yeah,
you
I
just
know
pick
for
it up from
Best
Best Buy?
Buy- Yeah, Best Buy, you just pick it up. That's why I usually go with them, because I think it's convenient to just pick it up at the store. Like, it's usually, like... I've usually had a pretty good experience with Best Buy. They usually have the game or console there, like, when it releases.
Viper Violet, thank you for the super chat. That is very kind of you, and we will be streaming until 11 p.m.
I actually think we got the Switch 1 at Target, if I recall. that March day in 2017. Yeah, my brother and we got ours from Target.
I don't think New Super Mario Bros. U is the best example for a game that would still pass. I think that game's aged pretty well, or like pretty badly in terms of graphics, especially compared to Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Yeah, and weirdly, that game got a 4K visual update, and not Wonder. I think Wonder just got like a compatibility update, like just ironing out any of any of the flaws for for booting up or anything. But like, New Super Mario Bros. U was the one that actually got the 4K update, which is just really bizarre. Maybe they're planning a Switch 2 edition for Wonder. That might be why. So, I don't know.
I mean, the thing with IGN is sometimes they have bad takes, but it's not just one person. I believe Mario Kart World, let me see, was it just like the first impressions of the demo, or was it like a full review? I see your question. Please do not spam in the chat, but I'll answer this one time. If there are any issues during launch. Yeah, just wait in line. If you're getting the Switch 2, I mean, you gotta do your part, wait in line. Don't have someone else do it for you. I mean, it's not that controversial of an opinion to like some aspects of New Super Mario Bros. U more than Wonder. There are good aspects of it, I just find it to be an incredibly mediocre Mario game. It didn't really add much to the series.
Yeah, even though I think New Super Mario Bros. U, like you said, incredibly mediocre compared to Wonder, there is one thing that I can kind of understand people would like over Wonder, and that's the boss fights. Since it actually has variety, unlike Wonder's.
Maybe bosses and just the world map, even though I think it was better in Wonder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like U is this awful game or anything. It's just so mediocre.
I think that's sometimes worse than just a bad game, because with a bad game, at least you can make fun of it. But with New Super Mario Bros. U, it's just okay, it's another Mario game. It's fun. Nothing much to it.
I like the challenge mode, and I like Luigi U. I'll give it that.
I mean,
like
those
it more in
two.
that aspect.
I consider Luigi U its own game. Challenge mode, though, I'll give you that. That is definitely a phenomenal addition. I wish Wonder had it.
Yeah. You know, we can praise, NSMBU here and there.
Here and there, only limited. Yep. You can only do it twice a year.
Yeah, pretty much.
The only Switch 2 games I'm getting at launch are Mario Kart World and Fast Fusion. I usually only tend to get one, maybe two games at launch.
Yeah, the games that I'm getting are Mario Kart World, Fast Fusion, which I already got the code for, and Cyberpunk. So, because I wanted to get one third-party game to see how, because I've been wanting to play Cyberpunk for a while because I think it looks pretty cool, and I also want to see how it runs on the Switch 2 and how good it looks, because I've heard a lot of good things about the Switch 2 version of it, because it looks pretty impressive.
No swearing! It's a kids channel.
Oh yeah, it's that one spam thing from my stream. That was crazy when that happened.
Yeah, keep it PG-13 is the only rule. You can say most things you want, just keep it somewhat dignified.
Yeah.
My wife's boyfriend wanted me to ask for your opinion on Star Fox Assault. I have not played that much of it, but it's a game I definitely am interested in checking out more. We always have Andre from Game Explain here.
Yeah. But
checking
imagine
one more time.
Imagine if we get a new Star Fox game on the Switch 2.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I think just with the capabilities of the Switch 2, I think they could make it look really really good.
Also, with like the mouse controls and whatnot, at least shows there's potentially different control schemes they could design a game around.
Yeah, I'm already like pretty excited about like Metroid Prime 4 with like what that game is doing with the Switch 2, either with mouse controls or 120 FPS, which is like amazing, like when you're playing in 1080p or 4K 60. Like that is really impressive, and the game looks incredible.
No, yeah, I hope it turns out great. Been a long time.
Yeah.
No, I don't. If I did, it was probably by mistake. I don't say potty words, or at least the 7 bad words you can't say. But in terms of what Dance Dance North was saying,
11.
hey Demeech, nice to see you. I might buy a Switch OLED. I wouldn't do that unless you get it on discount. It's just not worth it at this point. There's no reason to get a Switch OLED unless it's like deeply discounted. That'd be a big waste of money. If you don't have a Switch already, you're probably better off just saving up for a Switch too. Yeah, those channels are the lowest of the low. The lowest Nintendo channels are sodium chloride channels, then followed by fake news clickbait channels, and then by far the lowest of the low are the spoiler channels, and it's not even close. Like, I would rather take 1,000 fake Switch 2 news channels over one spoiler channel. Same
Like
goes for
Prosophia
sodium
Gaming.
chloride channels. I'd rather have like 2,000 of those than spoiler channels. I did
Earlier,
100%
with
Mario
the-
Wonder twice.
Earlier with the like when we were talking about the sodium chloride channels, did you say your mic kind of cut out on Discord? Did you say Nintendine was like lightly salted Lay's?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's the perfect analogy, I would say. I would say, like, I think his takes are generally good for the most part, and I agree with a lot of his points, and I think he has a lot of nuance, and even when I do disagree with his points, I can kind of understand where he's coming from, but he does go a bit too far sometimes, and does go into a bit of the kind of, like, clickbaity, kind of attention-seeking sodium chloride side, but,
That's what I said.
So I don't
sodium chloride.
yeah.
Actually, dude, it's salt.
You know why that's so funny? Because Jimmy Neutron saying sodium chloride, it just was pretty much a way for him to sound smart. Like, we get it, dude. You're a boy genius. You don't need to show everyone you are. It makes you sound dumb.
I still think about that one video where it's like he goes on a 5-minute rant, and then he's like, "They will be married and happy, and they will call it salt." And I just quote that line every now and then. Every now and again, I just think about that because they will call it salt.
Just avoid those spoiler channels. Click not interested, hide channel. You can look it up for yourself. I only saw like the end or like the screenshot of the end screen, but for Mario Kart, to be real, it's not that huge of a deal. It's not good, but it's not that big of a deal. Although for Bonanza, I'm going to be... It's like walking on thin ice. I'm going to be very careful.
I'm going to be blocking out all spoilers for Bonanza.
Yeah, that is like an Odyssey level situation there. Or Mario and Luigi probably.
The fact that we're saying this about a Donkey Kong game is crazy. I never thought we would.
Yeah, just the fact that I'm saying, like, avoiding spoilers, like how we were for Odyssey, for a Donkey Kong game, that's just amazing that we're saying that.
Did he get spoiled on Brothership, Reese?
I didn't, thankfully. Actually, I saw, like, a screenshot of, like, the, one of the... not like the big spoiler. I won't describe what it is, but like I saw like one of the Bowser fights, which like was like in the middle of the game, but wasn't anything shown in any of the footage. But thankfully, I wasn't really spoiled.
I'm hoping that game gets like a performance update for the Switch too.
Yeah, definitely feel like it needs one.
Harmon Smith.
I wonder if Pikmin 4 will get an update. My brother, he was playing Pikmin 4 like earlier this week, and I pointed him out some of the disappearing and reappearing objects or shadows, and I'm like, again, it's a miracle this game somehow doesn't set the Switch on fire.
Hey, Nintendo is usually like really good when it comes to optimization.
Oh no, yeah, they are. Like, there's obviously some baked-in shadows or the occasional cheating, but you know, still pretty impressive. The game runs pretty well on the Switch 1. But I would like to see it on the Switch 2, just to see if they can address those issues with just a few minor tweaks, nothing major.
Yes, of course.
Also, no.
Or hold on, of course I played Mario Kart on the Wii U. I played Mario Kart 8. I played Mario Kart 8 longer than it's actually been released. I played it 2 weeks early at a GameStop back in 2014. So I've played the Wii U version since before day one. Mom's watching the stream. Can you do the Pinocchio voice? I don't know who you are or who your mom is, but I'll do it anyway. Father, when can I leave to be on my own? Your son requested that I do the voice of Pinocchio. I got the whole world to see. I got the Switch 2 to get. Let's go, Tybalt! Nintendo Switch 2 awaits! Skidee, 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 skidee.
Skiddy, skiddy. Also, I was gonna say, they actually added the Mario Kart World icons to Nintendo Switch Online, and you can use them on the Switch 1. Like, they didn't, like, lock it behind the Switch 2 or anything, because sometimes they lock those icons behind, like, the expansion pack and things, but you could use these icons on the Switch 1.
Oh, that's cool. I hope that Pink Gold Peaches one. For the sodium chloride videos, did you put sodium chloride in the thumbnail at all, or no?
No, I just mentioned it in the video.
Oh, it's gonna be funny to see.
Actually, I could update the thumbnail and make a reference to it.
Please do right now.
Yeah.
Please
edit it
in some way.
It can't be salt though. It has to be sodium chloride.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Sodium chloride.
Let me see.
I think it's probably just licensing with Microsoft and Rare.
In the thumbnail, should I what part of it should I include? Should I like have Skeet or Jimmy Neutron?
Jimmy Neutron. Why not both?
Yeah, I could put both.
Yeah, why not just have
like,
Skeet, Jimmy Neutron, and the sodium chloride is prominent?
Yeah.
Maybe have like one on the left and then the other on the right or something.
Yeah, with the Switch 2 in the middle. I could...
yes, like that.
Skeet and Jimmy Neutron Joy-Cons. Honestly, if SpongeBob and Aang and all these characters are going to be in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, who's to say that we won't have Freddy Fazbear? Did I know that Sir Musty is in my closet right now? He's gonna steal your Switch 2 when you get it. Of course he is. Just like how he stole my content. Oh! I'm sure he'll get his own Switch 2. He'll be able to experience his favorite game, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, in glorious 60 frames per second. Sure, it still looks like poopies, but at the same time, it's Pokemon. It's a great game just based on that it's Pokemon. And if you ignore the game's problems, then it's amazing. That is one game that I have zero interest going into on the Switch too. And Reese, it's not even like you could play it if you wanted to.
Yeah. I just
Alright.
like I'm never going back to those games.
I don't know at the moment because Switch 2 isn't out yet. I don't have it. It is in a lot of the world, but I don't have it yet. I'm gonna have Elmo in Mario Kart World! That's what I said! Sodium chloride! Gonna do 2 more rounds. A lot of my friends went to the Nintendo Switch 2 line in New York. That'd be cool to go to if I was closer. Captain Nintendo Dude came back. Then you got Scott the Woz there. A lot of people. I think if that's your mentality, that they're very fun, they just have bad graphics and performance, you might enjoy it more on the Switch too, but if you're like me, where you want nothing to do with the games anymore, it's like nothing could make it better.
I updated the thumbnail.
I gotta check this out. Right. Actually, I'll check it out right now. I got 3 seconds left. Boom! I'm not gonna get a rocket start, but it's gonna be well worth it. Alright, is it updated?
Yes.
Oh, I don't see it yet.
I saved it.
I'm gonna get kicked out of my room or like, the Mario Kart room if or just stop playing it.
I don't see it either. Maybe it's just uploading or rendering or whatever.
Yeah, it
I'd
might
love to
take
play
a
Chibi Robo.
minute.
Especially considering you don't need to pay an arm and a leg for it anymore, but I already have the game. It's a fitting title. It's a fitting title. Microsoft 7, Windows 7 on Switch 2. I played more of Park Patrol than the original Chibi Robo, and I really enjoyed that game. I gotta go back to it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty graphically
Game
impressive,
too.
Oh, you played it?
Yeah.
You have it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually the only Chibi Robo game that I've extensively played. I played a little bit of Ziplash, but
Oh, that doesn't
it's
count.
awful. So I didn't like. I didn't really play it that much, but yeah, Park Patrol is the only Chibi Robo game that I've really played, and it's pretty good.
You have the case and everything?
No, I only have the game like loose on
Oh,
DS.
me too. I want to get the case just because it says only at Walmart.
Yeah.
Never say never. Mario and Luigi came back. 3D Donkey Kong came back. 2D Metroid came back. Sometimes it just takes a very long time.
Oh yeah, the thumbnail should be updated now.
It's beautiful. It's a work of art.
I can't wait to see it. No, I think that they should still account for the events in the first Mario movie. This isn't SpongeBob. It's Mario. Oh, damn you! Damn you, Nick.
I'm sorry.
That wasn't very nice. Or as Bob would say, hey there, boy, calm down. I wonder what Bob's doing nowadays.
He's probably in Orlando.
Oh, that's vile.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That was funny, though.
Also, take a look at the thumbnail now, Demeech.
Alright. I gotta I gotta recover from that, but I'm gonna look at this. I hope it's there. I kind of see it now. It didn't fully load though. Like, just send it to me on Discord.
Okay.
Like, I'm not fully seeing it. Like, I get a glimpse of it. I got a glimpse of
Oh,
it.
it didn't update on Discord. When I send the link, it doesn't show the updated one. Actually, I'll try the. I'll send a screenshot.
All right.
Look on Discord.
All right. Yeah. That's too funny. That's a work of art right there. My favorite Super Nintendo game is Yoshi's Island or Donkey Kong Country 3. That's what I said. Sodium chloride. So I think a way to categorize those channels that aren't really Nintendo channels that just make the videos about how bad the Switch 2 is, those are sodium chloride channels.
Also, I think I'm gonna head out now because I need to do a few things before I like cover the Switch 2 tomorrow. But
I mean, we got one more race left, so if possible,
Yeah.
just stay for
I
the
think it's 11.
remainder of the stream. It's gonna wrap up very soon.
okay.
Yeah, I think we're only gonna be here for like 5 more minutes.
I do want Vanilla Lake to return. I'm surprised it didn't in Mario Kart World. Mega Man X is also a great game. And I will say, I did not want to do a stream that said, this is the final Mario Kart 8 Deluxe stream, because I will be doing more of them. And the Switch is here to stay. Although the Nintendo Switch 2 will primarily be Nintendo's system that they're going to market and everything, have new games for. I'd say
But
you
yeah,
can
this is
expect
like
the
our-
Switch to last until, I would say, probably 2028. I'm sure it's going to get indie games, stuff like that. They're backwards compatible. The original Game Boy got games until 1999.
Yeah,
No,
the
no, yeah.
3DS, the 3DS still got games like this decade. So
I think it was like Mace or like mostly indie stuff. I don't think that it got any first party games after Epic Yarn or Extra Epic Yarn. That's what it's called.
yeah,
No, but yeah, this is just like a little swan song stream dedicated to the
Yeah.
Switch 1 before we fully enter the Switch 2.
And it's like, I'm still going to cover Switch games. There's still a huge backlog of games, everything like that. Just because a new system releases, it doesn't mean you're going to throw the old one in the trash.
Unless
But-
you're Apple.
What was that?
Unless you're Apple.
Well, you should just throw any Apple product in the trash. That's why.
True.
also, I've noticed that like I've realized that like a lot of us have been friends for like more like for over half of the Switch's like lifespan.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because the halfway point was like sometime in 2021.
I'm going to show the chat the sodium chloride thumbnail before we head out. But yeah, let me just save it.
Guys, maybe the real Nintendo Switch 2 was the friends we made along the way.
Oh no, don't make that cliche joke. Alright, so
someone
if you
had to
guys
say it.
want to know what the sodium chloride thing is, let's go. So this has been, I mean, it's been like crazy. We became friends in like 2020, and now we're finally approaching a new console generation. So that is a good point to bring up.
Yeah.
But hey, this is like the first console generation we're experiencing fully. Although, to be fair, I think we experienced a lot of what the Switch had to offer because a lot of the games during the first half were Wii U ports, but then we got original games later on. I think we started to see a lot more in 2021 and it was fully embraced by 2023. But yeah, here's the sodium chloride thumbnail. This is beautiful. This is a work of art right here. Look at that.
Yeah. One of my best thumbnails, I would say.
But yeah,
Honestly, AI could never.
I could never. This is
Yeah.
only something that can be done by a real artist. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to Reese and Nick2751. Tomorrow is going to be a huge day. And I will see you tomorrow to cover Nintendo Switch 2. Definitely going to start off with an unboxing, but yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thank you, Nintendo Switch, for an amazing 8 years and beyond. And keep calm and da-da on.
Stay
Farewell,
perky.